Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play with Aspo, which we are playing Civilization Beyond Earth. We are... what are they called now again? Franco-Iberia. Now, since I last played this series, which is a few days for me, I've been playing a bit on the side. I've played a game with... I think I was the Slavic Federation going supremacy, domination, victory, and I realized that we are in a very good spot at the moment. This amount of ferroxide is insane, and it will definitely help us achieve some kind of world domination. Now, let me just, there we go, stop my timer. Now, I can't really remember exactly what happened last time. Apparently I did not check, but anyway, we will just continue playing and see what happens. I will stay true to my word about domination victory. And I believe we do not need to worry at all. So, our explorer, what's it up to? One thing I did learn though is that if you whoa, lots of bugs there. If you return your explorer to one of your cities, it will replenish its exploration equipment, so that you can do more exploration sites, which is very handy if you do not want to pay for more explorers. Do I have any other explorers? Probably not. I've noticed there's a military overview here that I can check. I've got one explorer, so that's the one. Alright. Good to know. So I'll just be sending him back to Prosperity, and then I'll be able to use him to explore this ancient tomb up here. So that's the plan. Or maybe this crashed satellite first. That can give us some extra production, or perhaps some extra science. You never know. We will see. So, I wonder what the African Union is up to. If they are trying to be aggressive, we will just have to see. And yeah, whoa, look at that. So, what's our tech looking like at the moment? So we've got robotics, which is good. We can build ferroxide mines. We should definitely get tactical robotics, which will give us the Condor unit, which is incredibly strong this early in the game. We'd need to improve our supremacy level though, or infinity in supremacy, by up to 4, but we will get there. Almost done with computing, I see. That will give us spy agency, so that we can start our covert operations, which is a very interesting part of the game. There's a lot of options there for shenanigans, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And for now we will just keep exploring with our bug and get ready to do some excavations with our explorer. Indeed. So what are we building? Let us see. We are building... Let's open up the activity production queue here. We're building a cyto nursery, which is good. Science and health. That's always nice. Sorry, what's going on in... Liqueur? We're building an autoplant, so we've got a quest for that, I think, and also this one is growing steadily. That's good. So drone, keep exploring. Now, if there's one thing I've learned from my other... Ooh, this one is working in my asthma. I'm gonna have to save it. So get there and wait for a few turns before going back. Now, let's see, expedition modules 0, and let's move that out of there, and there we go, back up to 1. So that is very nice. And now we can continue excavating. Absolutely excellent. Now, what I was gonna say, what I've learned from my domination victory with the Slavs is that for a domination victory, you're more or less, at least in my opinion, forced to ignore health, because there is no chance in hell that you can keep up with the rapid expansion that goes with domination. Too much negative health to handle with what means there is. I guess you could build biowells, which is an improvement. Gives you +1 health, but it's not really worth it, because the penalties for going negative health is not crippling at all compared to going negative happiness in Civilization 5. It is very manageable. You'll end up getting penalties to your outpost growth, which is kind of inconsequential, because you will be growing by taking your opponent's cities instead. And you'll get also minus 10% culture and science, which is, sure, it hurts, but going from -100 health up to positive is gonna hurt more on your sanity, and you're gonna have to stop expanding if you have to worry about health. You get my drift. Not worth the trouble. You can just ignore it. So let's see. We're doing internal trade routes. I think that's, well, internal and station trade routes. I think that's a good idea, because we're going to be fighting people anyway, so we'll just focus on the... We'll probably focus a bit more on the internal trade routes, because they can be quite OP. Lots of food and production going both ways. I mean, this will give me a net total of 4 food and 10 production, which is way more than the 614 you get from Hikima Station. If you add it up, I guess, well, 14, this would be 11 total. So I'm just gonna do the internal trade routes. They can be buffed by text as well, which is nice. More crash sites. Maybe we should send out some more what are they called? Explorers. Let's see, by the way, I want to check my virtues. So we're going might. I think that can be fine. Can get some extra science from killing aliens. Doing it too early, though, might be painful, because you'll run into a lot of aliens, and they will hate you pretty soon if you start killing them. And unless you have some heavy troops, it can be difficult to handle. What you can do, though, is when you get your Condor units, or the equivalent, the level 4 affinity troops, the aliens are more or less pinatas for science, so that's something to remember. The extra affinity is going to help us a lot as well, seeing as we haven't really taken any of those techs yet, so we're going to get the full benefit from this one, which is great. And yeah, it looks good. Close to getting a free affinity level as well, but I might actually save that for now. we'll see. I don't know how. I think they do go up in cost a bit over time, but it's not by a lot. The bonuses you get from techs will most oftenly get you enough to level up, so to say. You can do this filtering for supremacy, and we can see that this is 21 XP. It's funny how it does not show, well, it does show if you hover here, but it doesn't show if you hover over the supremacy affinity thing exactly how much it is. But you can check by hovering over the tech itself. So 21 is not enough for 2 levels, but almost. 14, not a lot, but enough for 1 level. So you'll at least be getting 1 level from these. 14 is not enough for 1 level. Eventually it will be in the range of, well, between 15 and 25, I guess, for every level eventually. But by then you'll be getting 48 and 48, 48, 30, 48, 38, 48. You'll be getting enough to level up, so no worries. And like I said, this amount of Firaxite is just insane. In all my playthroughs, I've never seen this much concentration of one specific resource in one spot. They do tend to...
because it was getting
there we
worse
go.
faster than we could fix it.
We got our first supremacy affinity by completing the quest, which is awesome. 30 food, 30 production, and 12 affinity towards supremacy, which puts it as level. Puts us at level 1. Explorer units can build an additional expedition, and we get some unit upgrades. Now, what I didn't know earlier, well, I don't know if I talked about it earlier or not, but your units actually, the units from your tech tree is not the only units you get, more or less. I mean, you get condors and sabers, carvers, angels, and you also get the missile rovers and where are they? Rangers, combat rovers. You get those basic units, but they all units in the game level up according to your affinity level. So if you go to upgrade units, you'll be able to. Let's check the basic soldiers. Start out with the basic soldiers. Strength 10, movement 2. When you get to affinity level 1, you get to upgrade it to marines. You get to select a perk. I've got the choice between 15% when attacking and 5 HP heal when not embarked. And this will, when I select this, I'm gonna pick the 15% when attacking. I think, yeah, why not? Let's do that. Confirm. And now all my previous soldiers have been upgraded to marines. They've got 14 strength and plus 15% strength when attacking, like this. And yeah, that was it, right? We've got combat rovers, and if we check our upgrade lists, we'll see that they will be, the next upgrade for the combat rover will be unlocked at affinity level 3, and this is any affinity. And then eventually at affinity level 8 in this case, we will get a specific upgrade, and I believe this is depending on what you achieve first, or at least what you pick first. So if I get affinity 8 in purity and supremacy at the same time somehow, I guess that could happen. I'm not sure about this, but I guess I'd get to pick, and that would be my choice. However, you're most likely to get to 1 level ahead of the rest, and you'll most likely pick that one, because that's you want the upgrade as soon as possible. So when we get to affinity level 3, our combat rovers will be upgraded to armors, and then when we get to, in this case, supremacy 8, I will be guessing we'll be upgrading to prophets and then to redeemers at 13. And our opponents might pick harmony affinity, and they will have vipers instead of prophets. So the unit diversity is it does not look to be very diverse at a glance, because there are not a lot of units. There's combat rovers, rangers, soldiers, then there's the aircraft, and then there's the artillery units, which we will be unlocking with computing in one turn, and then there's the boats, two kinds of boats, gunboats and carriers, and that's the more or less basic units, and then there's some affinity specific units as well. But it does not look a lot at the surface, but when you actually get into it, there's each of these units branch into 3 different units, so one for each affinity, and though they are similar, at least the flavor difference is there, and they get different upgrades as well. I mean, the shredders can move after attacking or get an extra move. That is something that the executor cannot do. But they can get 1 extra range and shoot for range 3, I guess, which is kind of good. Very mobile artillery in that case. Anyway, that's it about units. Let's get on with this game. Let's see, what should we do? We could build a wonder, the Stellar Codex. 10% production for orbital units and increased orbital coverage. Orbital coverage around your city is not that super. I mean, it's got enough as it is with, well, 4 in this case, because you will not be working anything outside the 3 units, and, well, there are other orbitals, except for there are other orbitals than bonus to your yields. However, most of those you will not want to put on your cities anyway. Where you want them is at your enemies' places, and which brings me to one of the most, in my opinion, overpowered abilities of the supremacy affinity, and that is the level 8 affinity, level 6 affinity bonus of orbital coverage on and next to any tile with Veraxite. Now, what that gives us is the possibility, the option to drop phasal transporters, which is a satellite that will enable units from that to teleport one way from our cities into any tile that is beneath a phasal transporter. That means we can pop down a phasal transporter on this Veraxite and just drop a ton of units. In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units here. 1, 2, 3, 4 units, so 9 units outside of the Slavic capital from our cities, and they will be ready to fight the next turn, as opposed to trotting all the way over there, fighting along the way. You can just sneak in the back, because Veraxite is more or less all over the map. Up here eventually, if someone settles the city down, up there, next to the Chinese capital as well. Everywhere there's Veraxite that you can teleport to. And not only can you place teleportation satellites there, you can place where are those satellites? Should be laser satellites somewhere. That will give you, well, planet carvers, but they have an effect range of 2. There should be hollow matrix. Sorry, where are they? There's no. Well, anyway, there's yeah, there we go. Orbital laser. Range strength, ranged strength 70, attack with range 3 from where you plop it down. That can bombard cities and units. One of these take about half of a city's health in one attack, if you're not too far into the game, which is insane when you can just put it down next to your opponent's capital and beam it down. It's insane, and their cities have a range of 2, so they can, most oftenly, they can't retaliate. We'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that. So, anyway, where was I? I've been ranting about things and stuff forever. Let us continue with this game. So we've got miasma here, but this one is just 5 turns. We've got 80 hit points, so we're fine for the time it takes. So that should be, can fire and forget. So yeah, this was where I was. Stellar Codex. So production for orbital units could be nice. However, we might end up just buying things anyway, because we're probably gonna get some pretty nice energy incomes due to the amount of cities we'll have. But we'll see. For now, I don't know. The thorium reactor seems like a good idea since we're actually running a deficit, energy deficit, so let's get that done. And let us continue. Sorry about that long rant about what's good in this game. I just couldn't help myself. I was so shocked when I figured out the insane capabilities of the phasal transporters, coupled with
because they automate the team.
Coupled with the supremacy affinity and the orbital coverage you get from Firaxite. Anyway, we've got computing, which means we've got missile rovers, which is your artillery. We've also got spy agency. Well, we got the ability to build a spy agency, so we'll get right on that. Also got some, yeah, we got the gunboats, and we got network capabilities. It's a science building. So, what next? Well, we got robotics, so we might actually go for, well, I guess the tactical robotics isn't really, we could go for it, but we're not gonna have enough supremacy to build any of them, because we need to have level 4 and we're at level 1. Will give us 21 affinity, so we'll probably end up at level 3 or high level 2 probably. So we're gonna need some more. So we could, let's see, we have no geothermal wells, so let's not go there then. No quarries. What's this? Master control. That is +1 movement for workers and a free network in the city was built. Oh, it's a wonder. And can build the node improvement, which will heal +20 hit points for every adjacent unit every turn, which can be quite nice. With one, if you got a scrap tile next to one of your cities, will increase the healing from a city, well, while you're in your city even more. So that might not be a bad idea, but I'm sure there is something a lot better. The ultrasonic fence. Now this is what we want. might not seem like it's a good thing necessarily. Well, it's nothing bad with it, but it doesn't sound very impressive, preventing aliens from approaching within 2 tiles of this city. However, it has another upside with it. That is, when you build one, you get a quest that you can so that you can improve it. One of the improvements is that aliens cannot attack your trade units, so you will never lose convoys to aliens again, which is very nice. We're gonna build a trade depot here because trade is excellent, and we will be, yeah, let's keep building the ferroxide mine there. So let's see. We'll just try to speed this up now. We've been pretty slow this episode. I've been talking a lot about the exploits of my last game. Well, not exploits in the common use of the word, but yeah, I think you know what I mean. So that was tubers. Let's build a farm so that we can grow our cities. Seeing as we will be ignoring health, we can just keep growing our cities as big as possible. We've got nothing to lose. Not really. Because we will eventually be at sub -20 health, and that's the largest penalty you will get. So, let's see. Rocket battery. Why would I want that? Spy agency, that's what we want. Someone built a wonder. I wonder what that was. You can actually check all the wonders on the diplomacy screen. So the ectogenesis pod, the gene vault, the stellar codex, and yeah, that is the ones that are built. China and Africa has spy agencies.
When Coyote learned he was the only one of his
there we
kind
go.
on the new planet, his
Got a new station discovered. So this whoa, lots of aliens. Lots of aliens everywhere. Why can't I go there? No. Oh, I did not see that there was territory there. That was not ours. But I can stand here. Heal on this miasma, top of the canyon. So, what do we want? We've got the ultrasonic fence that I wanted. We could go for the ability to see geothermal. Could also go for the alien preserve. Culture is always nice. And also the solar collector up here is something we'll want eventually. Very good with +1 energy on all your tiles. But for now, I don't know. Let us. How much is this? 20. This is 14. Yeah, I don't know. 30 turns to get a node. Got the sabers down here. That's level 9 though. The sabers are, they're not as awesome as I thought when I first looked at them, because they need to deploy to be able to fire. They're a regular sorry, what's it called? Artillery unit in that sense, except that they only have one move, so they're gonna need a full turn to get into position. They're gonna need a full turn to deploy, and they will be able to attack on their 3rd turn. So they're good on defense, but that's about it. They will need their level, well, their third upgrade before they can, before they do not need to deploy anymore. So they're not really great at the start. The Angels I have not had time to test out. I have a feeling they're pretty great, but we're not going there right now. Let's see, what kind of resources do we have that we cannot improve yet? We've got a lot of, well, not a lot of, but we got Xenomass. Yeah, that was not a lot of Xenomass, that was 2 and that was it. So, let us see, we have the ability to improve our those times as well. Well, let's just go for the quick supremacy affinity. That will be good enough. So we salvaged the wreckage of the crashed satellite. We've got some research in alien ethics. Let's take a quick look at what that is. I wonder if that is one of the leaves of alien ecology, whatever it's called, ecology. Let's see. Use the search function. Alien ethics is over here. So we've got 290 points into this tech, which is kind of nice. Will give us the Xenosanctuary, Mind Stem, and Xenodrome, so not really terribly useful to us, since we're not going for that kind of victory. Could have been better, that's for sure. So let us build something in this town here. Let's build this ultrasonic fence now, because that will be very useful to us. And well, this one is just, I'm gonna pass the turn here, see if we can heal from the miasma. Our explorer will be going back into prosperity to, well, I guess I could have gone up to, all the way up to liqueur, but yeah, whatever. That was a mistake, I guess. So yeah, we're healing. That's fine. So up to turn 137. I have a feeling that we will be able to do a fairly quick domination once we get our satellites. Probably a little bit before as well. So 9 turns, let us get started and then back off to prosperity for healing. Yeah, he can heal up there. Can wait outside. So yeah, we want to get 270 energy so that we can buy a caravan, trade convoy. Cancel that one, we'll pass it. And Ingza is fully done. That's great. Let's see, what do we build? We'll begin with the old Earth relic as usual. That's a good start for any city. And yeah, guess this attack yet. Oh yeah, he was too far away to actually rebase anywhere. We're gonna need carriers before we can actually rebase that, which is kind of silly, but anyway. Well, eventually it will be upgraded and it will be able to rebase at a further distance, so that might be what we get. Another thing I've learned is that gunboats are extremely powerful for offensive wars. That one back there. This one can actually continue, so we'll get it done. Wait. Gunboats outside a city can take it out very quickly. They do way too much damage as it is. If I put 3 gunboats outside of their capital, I could probably take it down in 1 turn, which is always funny. So a unit over here that can move 3 tiles, declare war, send in the gunboats, 3 or 4, take it all down, and just send in the rover. They have 3 moves, and you'll be able to take their capital in 1 turn, which is, it's insane. So that's why putting your capital next to water can be a big mistake, because it actually makes it kind of vulnerable to those kinds of surprise attacks. Anyway, that's that. So we've got 2 expedition modules now due to the supremacy level 1. Something that we should try to get is purity level 1, which will give our explorers immunity to aliens. Well, they will be ignored by aliens anyway. That can be quite handy when you want to explore. So this one can continue building the Ferraxite mine. This can go back into the city. You can also easily see what level of the unit it is. So this is the icon for the general infantry type unit, which is the soldier, and then I got this bar on top of it, indicating that it's been upgraded once, and that's gonna keep adding bars to it. So these the African Union also has level 1 affinity. They've got upgraded marines, and you can actually see that they have level 1 affinity in supremacy as well. Do not want to speak to them. Koslov has 2 in harmony. That means they probably have upgraded rangers as well. Anyway, moving on. I think I'm gonna end this episode pretty soon. Been a lot of talking on the side today and not so much actual playing, but I feel that I've shared some nice tidbits of information. Look at this, they are actually trying to kill my station here. I do not really mind. That means I'll be able to settle a city next to this titanium and get this Ferraxite over here. So not all bad. And also I'm probably not going to be trading a lot more with the station. Probably going to be a lot more with internal trade routes from now on. So this one is all done. I wonder if, yeah, this is just crazy, the amount of aliens outside of their cities. That one can keep healing. Someone completed the Panopticon. And let's see, we've got... Oh, I guess we finished our wall. So what do we want then? Let's take a quick look at Prosperity. And actually let's reset and let it... is there anything I want to change here? No. Apparently the old trick of locking tiles and having a focus is no longer working, because as soon as you lock a tile, it sets it to custom focus. And even though should I set food focus and lock a tile, it'll revert it back to custom. So that's the fix for that particular exploit. However, let's see. Do we want to build an auto plant that will give us money from station trade routes and some extra production, which is nice? or we could build thorium reactor to get some extra energy straight away. The thorium reactor will eventually give you either one more energy or one production as well. All buildings have a quest that gives you one of two options to improve it. So all buildings are actually better than they seem on the surface. So what to do? Let's focus on production for now and build an auto plant. I somewhat regret not taking the industry virtues because they are insanely good for production, and production is, as always, insanely good for warfare. No, I don't want to go to war right now. However, we will be able to fill this out pretty soon, and we can just go into industry. You know what? We should have probably taken our 6th level 1 virtue by now, so we can actually do that next time we get a virtue, which is in 18 turns. Well, our spy agency is completed. We get to pick a covert ops operation, or yeah, it's called something. This is a bonus that your unassigned agents will give. So most oftenly it's not gonna have any effect. So it doesn't feel like it's gives a lot. I mean, you get some extra production if you do not production from wonders if you do not use your agents for covert ops, which is kind of crappy. Extra health as well, 2% health. I don't think that's gonna be a lot. At the moment we've got 24 positive health, and 2% out of that would be a terribly small number. So yeah, in my opinion, the best is probably operations support. Operations reconnaissance, increasing the chance of success for each agent that is in your headquarters. That is situationally good. You can recall an agent into your headquarters as soon as something is about to complete. Well, that's about it. So this is you know what, this episode has been going on for over 40 minutes. I'll take the covert ops things for next episode, because if I start going into that, this episode is going to be an hour long. So anyway, thank you for watching this. I will see you in the next episode. It will be the talking about covert ops episode, I guess, but yeah, we'll see about that. Like I said, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, please subscribe to my channel, and leave any comments, and I will try to answer them. And for now, so long.